Hey, welcome back, Rankers. Good to see you. Yeah, back in the studio. Just felt like standing up today. Thank you for all the comments last week. If people are still trying to get their heads around how the social media ban is going to affect the operational side of the business, like, what IDs do we upload or don't upload or anything like that, I have done a little bit more research. I do have emails with the communications minister that have not been responded to yet, hopefully soon, but hit me up wherever you see this video and I will share some documents that with research that I've done on that. Now, how did Black Friday go? We only had a small percentage of our clients do it this year, and this is Google Trends showing Black Friday searches over the last 5 years. And you can see there that Google is predicting, and all the data's not in yet, this could very well go higher. But what Google's saying there is it's actually going to go lower. So it's a bit of a prediction on the data that still is yet to be shown here. I'd be interested to know from you, certainly the clients that did it had absolutely banger sales and much better than last year and the year before, in fact. So that was really interesting. So I'd be interested to know what your experience was if you did do it, but if you didn't do it, why? We've got a lot of clients sort of in the grudge purchase categories, so it's not necessarily important for them to do sales like this, but I'd be interested to know from you. And there's a few things happening in the AI space around e-commerce which you should be paying attention to. The first one is that OpenAI is rumored to be announcing advertising in ChatGPT. Now, although there's a lot of hype around AI and there's people talking about the AI bubble and all those sorts of things, and OpenAI themselves has just recently called a code red internally, like we've got to do something, a lot of competition. For my part, I've actually now starting to move the team across to using Google Gemini. And the reason for that, there's a few different reasons. It gives better output, number one, than I'm getting from ChatGPT. And the other reason is that it brings everything into my workspace, into my Google Workspace. And with that, one of the workarounds for the social media ban, if you don't want to have to upload staff IDs, if you do pay for Google Workspace, you can just say everybody that's under this Workspace account is over 18. It's just a checkbox. So, and OpenAI has just announced recently they'll be bringing in age verification. They're saying it's for people who want to create adult content. Okay, we're not going to be doing that, obviously. But there'll be some agencies that have to, whether it be for ad banners or whatever else. But the suite of tools that we've got with Google Gemini now to quickly resize an ad, to quickly get some raw content and actually create an ad set, all those sorts of things, they're just amazing in Gemini. And we also use NotebookLM, as I showed you last week, and also Google AI Studio, which is allows you to do more than just Google Gemini does. You can play with a whole lot of different models, all sorts of things. So there is a lot of hype around it, but I'm using it multiple times a day for multiple things. And one example was the Black Friday sale. So, and this is where I look at my own behavior and thinking, well, I wonder how many other people are doing this right now. And we know from some of our own clients that their ChatGPT channel is generating more revenue than their Facebook paid channel. And that's really interesting, especially if OpenAI is going to start creating advertising in ChatGPT. Don't know how it will go, but we'll test it, especially for this client. And the interesting thing was with me, I was looking to buy a 3D printer, and I'm upgrading the one that we've got here just to run some prototypes and product ideas that we've had for the business and those sorts of things. And God, it was hard. It was way harder than it should have been. And I'm sitting there just bitching and complaining about these websites because they'll have slightly different models and the description will be the exact same description for the different models, even though they have different options and all sorts of things. And it was stuff like that. I found one site that was only advertising the GST free price in their ads. And so it looks like an awesome deal, right? But it wasn't. And so it was all that sort of stuff, which was frustrating. So I got into Gemini and I just started asking about what are the Black Friday deals around these printers and what is the actual difference between them. And that just saved me so much time in search. Now, I'm still using a Google product, right? But I'm not seeing any ads. But what I actually did do, once I got this information out of Google Gemini, I then went into Google search. Remember, this is brand search. This is where Google excels. I've got a model. I know exactly what I'm looking for, but I've done all the legwork in AI. And Gemini doesn't easily just present those results for you to click on and go straight through to the product. I think it would be really useful for the user if someone's doing product search, brand search, and they're also doing ads. Gemini should say, look, here's an ad that this supplier has this particular printer on sale right now. That would have been really handy for me. Instead, I had to go and do another search and into Google search itself and click on a few ads. So at the end of the day, I'm still using Google Ads, but I'm not doing my research in Google search anymore. It's in tools like Gemini, it's in tools like Grok. To a lesser extent, I'm using ChatGPT for that sort of stuff, but go and have a look at your own Google Analytics and have a look at the ChatGPT traffic coming to your site and see if there's a conversion rate in there if you are getting sales. And then compare that to your Meta sales and what you're spending on Meta. Because no one's spending anything yet on ChatGPT to promote their business. I know there's a lot of noise out there around, oh, this is how you get to #1 in ChatGPT. Honestly, I don't even know what that means. Because as you can see from that screen there, is that I'm just doing a lot of different searches about a particular product that I'm interested in and I want to find out who has it. What we've found, and especially with this client that's doing really good numbers in ChatGPT, is sticking to the basics like we've been saying. Do the stuff that's important for your customers. Make it easy for them to make a decision to buy from you. Because if you're doing that, whatever bot comes along in the future, because LLMs, this is just their current state. We're 3 years in this month, right? And it's only just really started. So this is like 2005 or 2003 with Google. It's only just started. There are a lot of tricks out there. I would recommend that you do not pursue any tricks to try to get found in OpenAI. You're better off focusing on your customer, making sure you're getting the great reviews, making sure that you've got FAQs everywhere so your customers know what this product is about. Like in the case of that 3D printer. There were no FAQs. And at that product level, that's when AI is going to get that information and understand more about what you're offering. But not only that, you're making it easier for the customer. Now, where AI, you should be spending your time in AI, is understanding how you can create these things quickly. And there's a number of methods, processes, workflows out there to help you do that. We've got apps that we've built ourselves that we use to generate FAQs on the fly for a particular product or whatever, or do competitor analysis, or do those sorts of things. But if you're spending money on backlinks right now, I think you'd be better off taking that budget and making sure your site is AI ready and making sure that your site has got all the things it needs that are going to help your customer make a decision quickly. Because as soon as you do that, you're going to get an uptick in your conversion rate anyway from the people that are on the site. You know, it's really hard to find on some of these sites on the weekend what the delivery costs were. It's crazy, right? So I had to ask AI for that. Now, if you don't have that signposted anywhere, you make it harder for the user, but you're also making it very difficult for these other AI tools out there. And I guess the entire message of this video is how difficult is it to shop from you and how easy are you making it. I had a meeting with a potential new client last week and he said, no, we've done a lot of work on UX. And I could see that he had, but I said, why should I buy from you rather than your competitor? And I got a lot of ums and ahs, which is not great because I want to see that when I hit the site. And that's things like, oh, it's an Australian made product. They've got a local distribution center. We pride ourselves on quality, whatever it is, whatever makes you stand out against your competitor and why you started this business in the first place. That's what's going to help the user and it's going to help Hopefully that's helpful. Please leave any questions, comments you might have wherever you see this video. And always remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.